one more. Number 3.
Very, very, very. That's a team. Always a pleasure. Virginia, right? We're the cool community.
Call this meeting of the Facilities Committee to order this morning. Are there any corrections to the minutes from the previous meeting? Seeing none, the minutes are approved. Okay, welcome everyone. First on our agenda is confirming appointments to OCC. Brian Donnelly. Good morning.
Good morning, Chairperson. Good morning, everyone. So on your agenda today for confirmation are 2 appointments from the county executive, 1 an appointment, 1 a reappointment. The appointment is Bill Gilberti, and the reappointment is Jaime Alcea. Bill's resume is in your packet. Bill's an alumni of OCC and very interested in serving on the board. And Jaime, of course, is the former superintendent of the Syracuse City School District. Both will represent the board well, and certainly here to answer any questions you may have.
Great. Very good. Any questions? Yes?
2 high-quality individuals, I'll move it.
Thank you. Second?
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Great, thank you.
Thanks, Brian. Okay. Marty.
Tough act to follow, Marty.
I know. Hey, well, every day of my life, I'm reminded. Good morning, everyone. My name is Marty Voss. I'm the Commissioner of the Department of Transportation. 2 new legislators. Very nice to meet you both. We have a incidental item. We're acquiring a 20-foot by 7-foot, where we're installing a 20-foot by 7-foot box culvert out on Oak Orchard Road. We have a Bridge New York grant scheduled and approved for this project, which will tentatively go to construction in 2026. This is about 1.5 miles northwest of the White Pine site. So it's a good thing that we're doing this sooner. In that we need to acquire one, which the property owner was able to get, and being out for getting that all worked out so quickly, and he agreed to just $400 for this piece of land. It'll enable us to not only build the bridge and replace the culvert, but also $400. Bargain prices.
Cheapest land in play.
Well, he's in South Carolina. It's a.
Thank you. Thank you, Dave. Is there a second? Okay.
Thank you, folks.
Thanks, Marty. Okay, Archie, got some facilities transfers for us.
Good morning, folks. Hello again. Thank you for your support last month. This month, we are here to ask you to approve the cash for a few projects and a few purchases. I believe item A is the purchases. So we have a $30,000 item for HVAC filters. The reason we have this ask this year is because during COVID, we changed our filters, the type and the style of filter, and they were a 3-year filter. So we didn't need to have it in our budget last year, the year before. This year, we need to purchase them to, it's time to change them. Very simple. It's worth $30,000 for different HVAC filters. And we need to spend $90,000 to upgrade our mailroom V sorter, which is our mail processing machine. The majority of it is software, hardware, and electronic components. We're not actually replacing the whole unit, so the structure of it is staying there. We just need to upgrade because the hardware and the software is no longer supported by the manufacturer. It's it's beyond its useful life. So it's like 10 years old. It has a cost of about $90,000. And we're asking to purchase a boom lift, which is an aerial articulating, extending boom lift, like you've seen on construction sites with a basket. That's to allow our tradespeople to take care of tasks that, of course, are up in the air. When I did the figures for it, it will have about a 2-year payback. Right? So for what we would be renting and projects that I have planned for the next 2 years, it would have about a 2-year payback. They're pretty expensive to rent.
I have a question. Do we have an operator? Like, does the county have a boom lift operator?
No, that's not required, just on-site training.
Okay.
So there's no licensing required for it.
Is it?
What's the typical shelf life on a boom lift?
Maintained well, we'll get a good 20, 25 years out of it. The ones that we have at the convention center that they use for all their shows, once in a while I'm able to borrow one, but for the most part, they're always in use for their show setups. Those are 2 45-foot articulating booms, and they were purchased in 1992.
2-year payback and 18 years of supplemental use. That would be a substantial savings.
Sounds great. Anything else? Motion?
I'll move it.
Thank you, Cody. Second, thanks, Dezio. All in favor? Okay.
Thank you very much. Oh, it is. Yeah, I don't need to have folks out there pushing me down the road anymore. No, and it's, and we would go for an electric one too, so that if we did have to drag it inside to one of our taller event centers, then we could. So the next request that we have for you is the $500 cash for my account. That is my various Onondaga Properties account. Every year we put $500,000 in it. I know that our chief fiscal officer, talking with you folks, it made sense to use cash this year instead of using bonding authority in the CIP. And so it's just a repeat of what we've done every year, except this year we're doing it with cash. The other $500,000 one is pretty much the identical practice. This is for my capital account for the on-center rehabilitations, and that's our $500,000 reinvestment to our facilities every year. And this year we're looking to use cash instead of bonded authority again.
And this is for?
That's for the on-center, one's for the my capital, or the various properties, capital that we, my 592 account. Okay. And the rehabilitations for the on-center is my 597 account.
It's recurring, we do it every year. I'll move it.
Yep. Thank you. Second?
I'll second.
Cody, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much, folks.
Thanks, Archie. Okay, Parks. We've got Brian Kelly. Morning.
Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Good day today, huh? All right. The first item we have here, we're asking, both of these are year-end transfers. The first item that we're gonna talk about here is a shade structure for our recently built pickleball courts. The plan would be to construct a 15 by 15 shade structure, very similar to what our open-air shelters look like in the Parks Department, concrete floor. And the goal here would be to, it enhances the course very much. It keeps folks out of the rain, keeps folks out of the heat. We do have a couple tournaments on the books this year as well. This was always in the big plan for the pickleball courts anyway. So we'd like to make a year-end transfer in order to enhance these courts and keep the program participants out of the elements.
Physically, what are we?
15 by 15.
Also pretty small.
Pretty small. Yeah.
And a lineup at the pickleball.
We got a lineup at the pickleball. People are waiting, and actually, that's a good point you bring up. A lot of the feedback that we've gotten from players is really just that. If you got a place for the shade or the wind or the rain, eventually we would probably get some sides for it to protect from colder elements, stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. Good. Over there, try it out.
With the mild winter we've had, have people been out there using?
A lot. So we, just in order to take care of, we bring the nets in at the end of October just because we don't put, but they make portable nets. So we've had people on the courts all winter long. They bring their own portable nets out and they play. Today it's freezing out. There were four courts going when I pulled in this morning. Hats, winter gloves, jackets, yeah. Metal detectors. Maybe they thought the medallion was out there too.
It's gonna get warmer as the week
Yeah,
goes on,
yeah,
so you'll have more. Sounds good.
So is that the whole 125?
No, the rest. This is the second part of it.
Because what's on one resident?
Oh, okay, yeah, the second part of it is $65,000 for brand new park ranger radios. These radios are 20 years old. We have to replace them for all 22 rangers. They have to be programmed to the same frequencies. Each ranger is identified with a radio number separately, just like the sheriffs do. This would include new radios, them to be programmed, new charging stations, and holsters for them to wear the radios around. You can't replace them individually because of the programming. So what programming is in 24 wasn't what it was in 23. So that's the request.
Will they talk to sheriffs?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Oh yeah. So let's talk to sheriffs and state police, and then their own station will be just for parks. So they click it back. They're on both quite often, especially with Lights on the Lake and stuff like that, where we're teaming up with other agencies, amphitheater.
I do have a question. The shelf life, like about how long?
The radios, hopefully they're a little bit more advanced. So we got 20 years out of these, maybe 20 or 25 since we've fully replaced them. That was 2003 when we did that.
Okay.
So they do last quite a bit if they're taken care of.
Have we had to put any money into like upkeep of those?
Yeah. Along the way what comes with this too is a maintenance agreement. So if something happens, if it's just programming, the company will take it back and reprogram it. If they're damaged, we hope that they're not because they're quite expensive, but we have had situations in the past where they've been damaged and we've had to replace them. But other than that, they last pretty well. Yeah, they're good radios.
Anything else? Is there a motion?
Thank you for both projects because they're both ADA accessible.
You bet.
And keeping us safe.
You bet.
Back Lights on the Lake, and I was hoping I didn't run out of gas.
If you did, you could have called me. We had you covered. Yeah.
Okay, is there a motion? Thank you, Mom. Second. Thanks. Kezia, all in favor?
Thanks, guys. Enjoy the sun.
Thanks, Brian. Okay, Onondaga Library is up. Hi, Dawn.
Good morning,
Met
everyone.
everyone. We have a couple of new legislators.
I actually have not. No.
Morning, Brian. I'm Cody Kelly.
Jamie, the clerk. That's right. Good morning. I am here to ask for some year-end transfers within our department. We have 4 transfers we're requesting. The first is will be used to complete the replacement of some public PCs in the central libraries to finish a project we started. The second is a request for security cameras at Beecham Library. We, in December, had an event that resulted in all of the cameras becoming dysfunctional there, and they're very, very important in that location. The next is a request to transfer funds for drinking fountains to be installed in 3 of our facilities, Beecham, Sewell Branch, and White Branch. And the last request is for a delivery vehicle. Our delivery vehicles deliver materials throughout the county, and the vehicle which we need to replace has reached the end of its life.
Okay, so you have 4 vehicles now?
4 right now, and this would replace one that has become super problematic.
Sure. Busy running around the county.
A lot of miles on them.
Folks. Okay, it's like 4 good projects, drinking fountains, great. That seems like something they would probably have in there.
Would the drinking fountains have also the water dispensing?
Absolutely. Any fountain we install today has that. Yep.
Fill up your water bottle. Security cameras, important. Really good projects. Any other questions? Thank you. Dave, second? All in favor?
Thank you.
We'll see you soon. Come over and see
Yeah,
you.
come over and get some books.
Okay, we have, concludes our business. We have Lisa Romano-Moore here, the Executive Director at OHA. And she is going to give us an update on what's happening over there.
I can distribute some of this for folks if they'd like.
Okay,
Just take
great.
these for you to pass around. Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much. I'm really pleased to be able to be here. This is my first time presenting to the group, so I'm thrilled to be here and appreciate the support of the county immensely. We have a very exciting project happening in our downtown museum location and our research center. Do I hit this that way? Yeah. So we are going to be installing environmental controls in the 321 Montgomery Street building to improve our collection care. Our public spaces on the 1st and 2nd floor, if you've been to the museum, you've seen that we have exhibit space there. Those spaces are air conditioned and have environmental controls, but our upper floors do not, where we store many of our collection items. I'm going to take you to the 3rd floor because that's really where it's most meaningful. It's a little hard to tell in these pictures, but stacked on the 3rd floor are over 2,000 bound books of historical newspapers dating back to before the Civil War. These are used for exhibits. These are used for information for archives. I imagine very often there's research being done by different legislative bodies and by real estate developers and all kinds of folks use this information to get a sense of the historical perspective on various things in the city and the county. We are planning to move our current research center on the 2nd floor on the right-hand side up to the 3rd floor so that it is larger. We'll be renovating the 3rd floor space. Right now, our research center does not accommodate all of the files that they use, and it's not large enough to fit more than 3 or 4 people doing research, nor does it fit interns and volunteers or have adequate wireless internet connectivity. And of course, as people come in, they want to open up their laptops and be able to do their work. So we'll be moving the research center to the 3rd floor, renovating this space that I'm showing you here. And there are pictures in the packets that I've given out. This space will become the new research center and offices for our archival staff. All of the materials then will be together. The staff, the materials that are used for research, storage for archival materials. We are working with a $3 million grant through DASNY that has been secured for us by Assemblyman Magnarelli, and we'll be doing additional fundraising for about another $1 million to complete the project. At this point, everything is approved. We have SHPO approval, and we are just waiting for our grant disbursement agreement from New York State to be able to get underway. We're working with IPD to do our drawings, to do the schematics for the upper floors, and we'll be completing that process later on this spring. Hopefully by then we'll have the GDA and we can go ahead and do our bidding process. Another aspect of the project on the second floor we do not really have any kitchen facility. And so our goal is to have a kitchen space and additional bathrooms so that when the second floor is opened up with the move of the research center, we can have a community room that can accommodate public events, add an additional revenue stream for us, and add some audiovisual equipment, because we cannot really have Zoom meetings or various things like that in our facility, or do hybrid public programming. We also don't have a kitchen for our staff. I think a few folks have been through our building and saw our slop bucket, which is basically what we use when we have to dump a cup of coffee. So the project is really meaningful across the board. And overall, it will improve our overall care for the collections, many of which are informing the work of the county and protecting the history of county records and materials in our county's history. That will bring me to our second report. In 2025, we will be hosting a traveling exhibit of the Smithsonian called Voices and Votes. This is an exhibit that's traveling around the country in preparation for the 250th anniversary of U.S. independence. There are only 12 sites in New York State that will receive the exhibit. It's being managed by the Museum Association of New York State, and funding is also provided by the National Endowment for the Humanities, Market New York, the I Love New York campaign, the Pomeroy Foundation, and Humanities New York. OHA and the Scano Great Law of Peace were selected to host this to help draw attention. This is some of the content, but I want to get to the slide that shows you the actual exhibit. There are 12 kiosks that will be set up, and these go into the history of the formation of the United States, the importance of voting and citizenship, the various acts that got women's voting, the civil rights movement. There are 6 kiosks. There are interactive features. We'll be collecting oral history as part of this. And they have asked us to actually have this at the Scano Great Law of Peace Center, to also share the history of the Haudenosaunee relationship to the Founding Fathers and to the women's suffrage movement. We've worked very hard with the nation to have their agreement to have this at the Scano Center. Of course, the nation does not vote in American elections, but they do feel that it's really important to draw more people to the Scano Center. We anticipate this could bring in anywhere between 5,000 and 10,000 visitors in the 6 weeks that it will be hosted at the center. And we are staffing up. We are just about to begin a search for our new Scano director, and we've put that into our proposal for our 2024 staffing support from the county.
And I'm sorry, when does this start?
It will be coming in 2025, and it will be here April 18th through May 30th. And the work really has begun now to prepare for it. We're developing banners that will talk about the history of the Scano Center and the Haudenosaunee. We are the only site that will get to have materials that actually travel to all 12 sites across the state to drive more interest to the Scano Great Law of Peace Center. So that's something that the Museum Association felt was really important, so that people would understand that history across the state. So we're very excited about that. Very grateful to County Parks for all that they've done for us at the center. I'm sorry Brian Kelly's not here. His team have been terrific. We've had a couple of issues with some windows breaking and some fogging in the windows. Everyone has been terrific to a person. We've actually offered the opportunity for Eric Sobchak to join the workshop that will show facilities managers how to set this exhibit up. It is fairly significant. It comes in about 16 crates. It has some electrical features and AV features that we'll need to be aware of. So we will cover their travel costs.
Great sense to have it out there, the parking and
The
access
parking,
to the building and all
yeah,
that is so much better.
yeah, we anticipate a lot of school buses and school groups coming through. We'll be working with libraries, of course, to encourage their participation in it. The other thing I wanted to share is a really exciting partnership that we think will continue well into the future. This is our second year. This spring we'll be doing it. It's a partnership with OHA, the county parks, at the Salt Museum, and the Syracuse City School District. All fourth graders from across the district will come to the Salt Museum. They will be given materials to do in their classroom to understand the salt history of the city and the region. We provide a curriculum support document, images. Then they come and they do a tour not only of the Salt Museum, but also of the Syracuse Salt Company, which has one of the still active brine wells that they use to produce their product. And the students also get to meet the Keefe brothers and see the salt potato marker. The Keefe brothers are two actors that portray the brothers that helped bring the salt potato into the marketplace back in the turn of the century. And so the students get to hear their presentation. They also get salt brine, and they get to make salt in their own classrooms through the evaporation method. So this is a curriculum that we developed with the help of the parks, the salt company, and the district. So we're really grateful for that support. And we'll have 1,200 students coming through over a course of 8 days at the Salt Museum.
And when is that?
It will be from May into June. So we'll make sure there's a lot of activity at the park.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did come over, I don't know how long ago, our committee was over at OHA, kind of going through it. We'll have to do another.
We'd love to
we'll
have
to
you
do
come
another field trip
through.
over there.
Yeah,
walk through.
and actually a lot of the things that we have at OHA affect this exhibit as well. We'll have some exhibits at the downtown museum, including hopefully the daguerreotype of Frederick Douglass, which is currently at the National Portrait Gallery. And we'll be going to MoMA for a few months after that. And we have the General Association document of New York, which really established New York's desire to end its relationship with the Crown, with England. So some exciting stuff.
Yeah, it's very exciting. So I assume with the renovation project and moving the research center and all that, do you have like the climate and moisture control for, to guard the exhibits and all that, or will that be part of what's going?
In the lower floors we do, in the upper floors we do not. We'll be putting in new boilers. Our boiler actually went out this fall, and we had to close for about 2 weeks. Staff were able to come in, but the building was really too cold to have people, so this is a very timely project.
So it's not of your archives, they're up in the, what do you call it? The attic?
Yeah, third floor. Third floor is where all of our paper archives are. They're the most vulnerable, and we have some film footage. We have newsreel footage from the 60s and 70s that is being digitized, but it's deteriorating. We have paintings, we have clothing.
I think I still have some pictures that I took up there, because it was so, there's just so much.
The pictures don't
overwhelming.
capture it.
You want to come in and start
Yeah.
digging through it.
Please come, we'll walk you through it.
We
You'll
will.
want to wear
We will.
dirty
We'll
old
walk over.
shoes.
It's nice.
Well, that's one thing that I was going to ask, because I was on that tour, so I know how much stuff you have on that third floor. Do you have a place to put everything throughout these renovations?
So we'll be staging things. One of the things that we are installing is high density storage for many of our materials so that we can maximize floor space there. But our archival staff, we're all kind of thinking, okay, how do we play Tetris in the building? We may have to move some things like the newspapers to lower floors or off-site somewhere as construction gets underway. And of course, Gambrinus is in the building, so we may have to shift him around a little bit to make room on the second floor.
I've done a lot of research and it's long overdue.
Thank
Even
you.
sometimes having to stay and wait for someone to leave so I can go in to research.
Yeah, I'm surprised so few people can fit in that research room at a time.
Yeah, it's real, there's so many materials in there, and that's really why that's the case, but COVID really drew the attention to that.
And not being able to access books because of their life, because of not having that time.
Thank you very
Great
much.
stuff. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Are you going to have to shut down for extended period of time during the construction, or what do you anticipate?
Our goal is to not have to do that. The first 2 floors will be open to the public. Our staff spaces will continue to be operational. Again, we're just in the phasing decision-making as we understand the project more fully, but hopefully we don't have to close down. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So we'll come over and visit you soon.
Okay, thank you.